let me start with Mr. P. Madhavan, um, TVS Sri Chakra tires. India is full of turns. It's in a wonderful, the creative thought what you got into your brand. It's a right time post the pandemic, and it can refer to anything at this point of time, and it's perfectly suiting to your category, product, position, and all those things. When you are firm believer in terms of this kind of storylines, how do you see the brand endorsement in today's world? I mean, the celebrity endorsement.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me here, and thanks for the question also. The answer can be given in less than 10 seconds, or I can give you a longish answer. First, let me finish the simpler version. Today, roughly about 50% of the brands have a celebrity endorsing it. That settles the importance of the celebrity. Back in the US, let's say if it's a reference market, about 20%, 22% is what the celebrity endorsement is all about. The kind of reliance that we have on celebrities is stated there very clearly. Look at it for the detailed side of it. Celebrity makes your life a lot easier. He or she instantly helps you cut through the clutter. Now, the current IPL, apparently there were 210 brands advertised in the last IPL, 222 this IPL. I didn't even realize there are so many brands being advertised. And how do you expect to stand out? There are plenty of good ways to do it, and the easier way is the celebrity endorsing it. And also, the current, let's say, roughly about 50% of our population is below, 65% of the population is below 35 years old, and about 50% is about 18 odd years. Now, these are either the current consumers or the future consumers. This generation Z or the millennials, whatever they're called, they are a lot more informed. They research a lot, and they like successful people, and they identify themselves with successful people. Now, what they do impacts them a lot. So they look up to somebody who endorses a product, and they go and buy. Now, go and buy is a little too far-fetched. What happens is they're willing to give it a try or consider. What makes it? You have a celebrity, the set of people who are willing to follow them, and they may give you a chance. Roughly, they say that about 53, 55% of that generation is willing to consider a product that is endorsed by the celebrity. So it makes it a lot easier for the advertiser or the brand owner to go and hire a celebrity. But there are pros, there are cons. We'll come to that as we go along.
So which means you're talking about it's easily influenceable. I mean,
what I said is, who are celebrities? They're successful people. So they like to be associated with products that a successful person is endorsing. But this generation is also very smart. Data says that, they like it, but that's at the front of the pack. The moment at the back of the pack, which is where the content is, if it is not to their liking, they don't give you a second chance. That's also an establishment.
Right. So I come to you, Mr. Anup. Yeah. Your brand itself is a celebrity. I think during our conversation we get to an understanding. In fact, I recall my old days. Medimix as a brand got integrated in one of Mr. K. Balachandra's movie, which is Apurva Ragangal. It plays one of the key role, the key lead who actually carries the soap, and she goes and sells door to door. That's where she gets to introduce to one of the lead, and that scores on the story. And you being a producer, you being an actor, I never seen Medimix have used any celebrity in your communication. How do you see the celebrity endorsement in this work?
No, as he rightly said, that celebrity endorsements, definitely 50% of the companies are using. But a product like Medimix, we are more than 50 years. And we started from scratch. Initially, we didn't have money to go after a celebrity. But with a lot of efforts, as you rightly said, this Apurva Ragangal movie was a big break for us in the year as early as 1975.
Right.
And that movie, it was Kamala Hassan's movie, and that movie only K. Balendra introduced our superstar Rajini sir. And he used to always jokingly say that I introduced two superstars. One is Rajini sir and another is Medimix. So that was the first break we got. And we were the first to start this film night, film awards.
All right.
In fact, in 1976, we organized a mega event in Kerala, first time, an open ground with more than 50,000 people. So these were the route we had taken.
But still, you are not convinced that
No, for a
celebrity
Medimix,
can
a Medimix
sell your
brand,
product.
if you look at it, is a national brand.
Right.
So when I think of a celebrity, a local celebrity is not enough for us.
Okay.
We need to look for a national celebrity, which is not, because product itself is a celebrity.
Scalability is an issue.
Not me,
You
my
need to-
product is a celebrity. So I need
Right.
to look for a celebrity which is not required. Whereas when I launch a new brand or a new product, maybe I can think of it.
Okay.
That's
So, but as of now, Medimix as a soap doesn't require a celebrity endorsement, but it is selling
and
on its own.
interestingly, many celebrities became a celebrity after doing our ads.
Oh, that's an
I
interesting.
can even name some certain names. Vidya Balan did before she started. In fact, Trisha did. So many.
So you made celebrities.
And in 1991, when the first private channels came,
Right.
in fact, first channel was Sun TV in Chennai. We decided to do first advertisement for Medimix.
Right.
And with a jingle. We approached a young man to do a jingle, and that became a super hit in 91. He is none other than Mr. A.R. Rahman.
Oh, great.
So he immediately after that he got the Roja film. So
Right.
it's all so many celebrities are there. With
So the
Medimix.
brand can make a celebrity rather than a celebrity
way
makes a
also we
brand.
can-
So that's a very interesting insight about it. Coming to Nina, Miss Nina, when it calls celebrity, we only get to know it's either a film star and a cricketer being a celebrity who endorses a brand. And a sports person nowadays, after your Olympics and everything, you find more sports persons getting involved into brand endorsement. But in this digital world, in this digital area, is that they are the only celebrity, or we so-called, there is a whole lot of influencers who are around in the digital area. So how do you weight between them? So whom do you really, carries the brand or the brand endorsement out there?
Well, you need a combination of both actually. So influencers and micro-influencers today are also endorsing brands. They actually help brand create content because of the great fan following they have. In fact, celebrities also have massive fan following and are large influencers. So I think the purpose of celebrity endorsement is to break away from the clutter and lean on the trust and the faith element that, the youth is influenced significantly by these people, like Madhav said. The micro-influencers are a great way for a brand to have a conversation with the followers of the influencers. It is a great way to engage, to create footfalls from where the celebrity starts, then the influencers take over. So you're engaging at a digital level. The purpose of both is different. The ROIs of both are absolutely different. From a pricing perspective, I think a celebrity endorsement is of course frightfully expensive, but even the influencers, if you have a proper planned out campaign, are not really cheap. However, you get greater content and amplification of that content. You can create hands and legs, you can do so many things that, we spoke about data earlier. So I think celebrity endorsements is now getting extended also to influencer endorsements and micro-influencers.
In the digital scale, is it quantifiable?
Absolutely quantifiable because one, the conversations that happen with the influencer itself becomes quantifiable, it is measurable entirely. However, linking it eventually to a CRM and linking it to sales is a part of the regular marketing and sales agenda, and I'm sure whether it's in the offline world or the online world, both are linked together. But in online, it is far more measurable. It is measurable at different steps and different levels, actually. The depth of analytics can be literally sharpened at every level. So, of course, it is hugely measurable. And therefore, the value and the volume game that starts playing in digital is entirely different. So, like I said, equally effective, highly efficient, but also expensive, not necessarily cheap always.
Okay. So any influencer can also be can also endorse it and so-called as a celebrity.
There are people in Nashik, in smaller areas in Nashik, there may be an influencer of Anna Salai You know, someone who is influencing literally thousands of people around them. So those are called the micro-influencers. Absolutely, influencer is anyone, meaning TikTok has proven that.
Right, right. Mr. Srini, when it comes to the celebrity endorsement, we
Satya.
Satya, sorry.
Celebrity myself.
So when it comes to celebrity endorsement, I think as a consumer, when we look into it, we found there is more of an ownership has been taken by the national or pan media celebrities rather than compared to your South media. Is that true? Is that really that way? I mean, they own the brand and they endorse it to the fullest of their heart rather than the South ones just make their presence for an TVC. That's all. So is that?
So I think let me withdraw a bit and advertising, the whole business of celebrity is a maya by itself, right? You understand maya, right?
Maya.
Yeah. So there are three sets of, in my opinion, there are three sets of advertisers. One set deserves a celebrity, who choose a celebrity. The second set is a set of advertisers who deserve a celebrity but don't use a celebrity. The third set is don't deserve a celebrity, don't need a celebrity but use a celebrity. Take the hosiery brands. They fall into the last category. Everybody, I can't differentiate between one fellow tearing his bunion to another fellow tearing something else, right? If you ask me the brand name, I can't name it, right? I'm a target audience for one of them at least, right?
Right.
So that's the first Maya bit of it. The most important thing, as is the case in advertising for anything we do, each advertiser should discern through research, quali, quanti, whatever, before getting into a celebrity signing and understand the value the celebrity is going to add.
Right.
The last point I want to make, with Mr. Anup said rightly, many advertisers sign up celebrities but get restless, some will give you short-term equity, some will add to the long-term equity of the brand. Unless you invest enough money behind an ad over a period of time, you will not know the impact of celebrity. So to put it in a nutshell, you have to discern, research, see whether it fits into your brand persona, it's going to add value, it's going to muffle your brand, then accordingly sign up. Digital, as she said rightly, it's a different conversation. Where there is metrics available, you can quickly sign up somebody. Somebody is working, not working, you can change somebody, you can do all that. That's my submission.
So according to you, more than the celebrity, it is about the person who strategized the entire, the inception of the celebrity or endorsement into a particular brand. They have to work towards the fitment of the thing and where the brand character goes along with the celebrity. So that is there a difference in South India and when you
No, I don't think so. The madness is common across. The madness is common across.
Right.
Because it's more profound. The percentage of brands using celebrities are more in South India. It seems so, but the madness is common.
It is not there. Doctor, coming to you, congratulations, you signed cricketer Dhoni as your brand ambassador for the Kaveri Hospital. But I'm getting into the bit of contradictory point here. When it comes to the hospital, it is more of about the technology, the specialization, the care, and you talk about the facilities and all those things. That becomes the hero of any communication when it comes to the medical field. How do you think celebrity endorsement will fulfill the entire chart, whatever we are talking here?
Thanks, Satish. I think this is a hot seat. My colleague from the healthcare sector, he faced almost similar questions sitting here. See, I agree that the hospital is known for its doctors' expertise, the nurses' personal and empathetic care and all. And it is more by word of mouth than by a celebrity endorsement. In fact, one of the ad we have created, Dhoni will say, "Don't call me as a hero." The doctors and nurses who have put their lives on the front during the COVID, they are the real heroes. See, a hospital is thought of places only for the sick people, right? Who feel very sick and diseased. But a healthcare brand is not only about the sick or sickness. It's about the health, wellness, and awareness.
Positive vibes, what you need.
See, if you want to create awareness and wellness, you need a celebrity who can take to the larger number of people, not necessarily to the sick. See, during the COVID times, many of even people who are known to me, even if they had a heart attack, they did not seek the treatment by coming to the hospital. And in fact, a couple of people who are well known to us, they have lost their life. But then that's all big awakening for us. We created an awareness video, right? A hospital, if you can go to a Coimbatore market, you can very well come to the hospital for treating for chest pain. And now our brand ambassador Dhoni, we created another awareness because when there is a vaccine hesitancy, and we had an advertisement campaign saying that vaccine podu, mask podu, right? So that is the campaign we want to create about the wellness and awareness. And also, I completely agree about fitness of your celebrity with what you stand for. In many ways, Dhoni fits very well with Kaveri's journey, the small town values, journey from the small town. We also came from Trichy 20 years back, and then we have grown to a South India player now. And also, we want to focus on more of Dhoni's, not necessarily on the cricketing skills, but on his leadership qualities. The humility and the ability to take responsibility when it is needed, delegate when it is possible, and all the things, how to stay calm under pressure
You would like
situations.
to sing the characterization of your brand as well, the person who's endorsing as well.
Yeah. The attributes of Dhoni very much fitted with what we stand for.
Right.
But I completely agree, it is the doctors and nurses who are the front end, they are the real heroes.
I agree. I'm true. Mr. P. Madhavan, since he is talking about the celebrity adds a value, bringing in the positiveness and the, explaining the character of a brand. When it comes to the creative play, okay, are the celebrity endorsements are adding value to the brand, or it's just adding the value to the creative?
Okay, so one is to go through and give you a theoretical answer. I'll give you my own experience, right? So there is definitely a place for a celebrity as long as it marries with the brand's ethos. Now, okay, let me step back a bit. Let's take this example of Nike. Nike was a struggling brand back in 1984 when they signed up Jordan. And Jordan had a deal with Adidas, but they were not willing to get a Jordan branded shoes at that point in time, which Nike was willing to do. And rest is history. What happened to Air Jordan is history. Even today, 16, 17 years after he stepped out of the court, he is still the highest earning celebrity. All of the current NBA players put together, including LeBron James and whoever else that you have. So now, as there was a perfect fit between what Nike was standing for and what Jordan stood for. Now, as long as there a fitment there, by all means, go invest, you get the right person. I'll give you our own example. I work with TVS Sri Chakra, and we have this brand called TVS Eurogrip. We'd worked on the campaign, brand idea is there, and then we had worked on the campaign idea. And after loads of research, we narrowed down on one. And as the storyline was evolving, we liked it. The agency jumped in and they made one request. Please don't bring any celebrity into this. Please do not bring any celebrity. And I said, look, you have a lovely storyline. If I get a good celebrity, no names here, and it will only be a double win, right? They were very clear. The moment you get the celebrity, I have to start working around him and what he can do, not what I can do for the brand or what they can bring to how they can bring the brand to life. So, rest is history. Obviously, we did see logic in what they said. Sometimes, celebrity also hinders the creative process.
All right.
I'm being polite here, most times. Otherwise, you end up all three of them standing like this, and then you say, I'm selling so-and-so product. And also, if the celebrity is an extremely popular sports person or film personality, you will remember David Beckham. Do you know what are all the various products that he's endorsing? Can you tell me 5 brands of Virat Kohli today? He's endorsing some 46, 47 brands and God knows how many.
The recall value is very less.
5 brands, you tell me like this. It'll be very difficult to get past that number. So there are pluses there are issues there, as I said. There are pros and cons there. And And you have to use them over time. You can't do a burst of 1 year and
Right.
then keep hoping that it works for you.
Right.
It doesn't. So we were very clear. If you're getting somebody in, then we have to keep a 3-year window and get him, or else
Right,
no.
right.
And the creative side said that, look, without him, I do a better job. And there are also established reports. Kantar did some study and they said over a period of 10 years, when you looked at brands' effectiveness with or without celebrities, exactly the same.
Right.
So that's what it is.
Likewise, Nina, he just mentioned one interesting point. When a celebrity endorses too many brands, we can't have a greater recall value. Won't that be the challenge when there are too many celebrities in a digital platform? How do you get in the impact or the recall value on a specific brand?
So the interesting part in digital is you don't follow a single celebrity, you follow multiple influencers. So you follow a Virat Kohli, you also follow someone who is doing stupid dance videos. Yeah? So as far as an influencer is concerned, the kind of sublime loyalty that you have to a celebrity, that kind of the parameters of that change entirely. So you're walking 20,000 miles with your fingers in a day, and that many influencers you're tracking in a day, and that many influencers you're commenting in a day. So it becomes hugely different, actually. And there, the control of creative is different. There, it is about what the brand makes the influencers say for the brand.
Right.
At the end of the day. So the creative control is far greater. One, two.
Okay.
It is also not as expensive. On television, once you make one TV ad, meaning that's a year-long digital campaign with an influencer from the creative expenditure perspective,
Right.
So from digital, that limitation doesn't exist as much unless, of course, you're then taking the big celebrity endorsement guy who is going to put one tweet or one Insta message and charge you lots and lots. But there are very few people who do that. They take an extension, they take a complete brand, a celebrity to endorse the brand, and then they have their exposure on digital. But from a plain influencer, micro-influencer category, I think
So which means
it's a painting thing. You can just paint your canvas.
the brand plays the lead role and the celebrity endorsement plays the supportive role when it comes to so you have that ratio of control over that.
Absolutely.
Right.
It is a far better, meaning
Right,
of course
right.
depends on the scale, but of course it is far better than it is in
Right.
with popular film star
Right,
personalities
right.
or sports personalities.
Mr. Anup, you have created your own endorsement. I won't call it as a celebrity endorsement. The product itself created its own endorsement, like handmade soap, soap for everyone, soap for the family, Ayurvedic, organic. It created its own USPs itself, and I think that's what driving the sales at this point of time. We would like to take the learnings from here rather than just making a comparison over here. Can you take us through a short story about how it is possible, so that could be a learning for us out of that, without a celebrity?
It was a long journey. Medimix was actually started as a prescription product.
All right.
It was meant actually for skin diseases. And when I joined in 1983, as early as 83 I joined, it was a very tough task to change the mindset of people. Because those days youngsters were reluctant to go to a shop and ask for Medimix because
It's a skincare.
because people will think that you will have some skin diseases.
Skin disease. Yeah.
So it was so difficult to change the mindset of people. So then we tried to make it as a family soap. Then instead of skin cure, we changed it as skin care. It was a long journey. So then now we are trying it as a family soap for all age groups.
Okay.
It's like that. And who is a celebrity? This is not just a film star or a cricket player. There are even brand owners are celebrities.
Right.
Now we have Mr. Isaac is sitting very in front of us. And there are a lot of successful stories in
Right,
Chennai.
I know that.
Vasantanko is there, Sharona Stores is there.
Right.
So even a brand owner is a celebrity, I feel, and they can also endorse the brand.
Right.
And for personal care products like Medimix, it's very difficult to change a customer from using a toothpaste or hair oil or their soap just because a celebrity is endorsing it. It's very tough.
Right.
And I don't see any successful stories here. I in
Right.
fact asked Mr. Isaac, do you know any successful stories within FMCG sector? See, there are endorsements happening, But do you have a success story in your hand? A
Right.
new brand endorsed by a film star has become successful. No
Right.
soap, no
Right.
toothpaste, no hair oil. I don't think. And the recall rate is high, I agree. Once celebrities endorsing, definitely. Otherwise, people say at least 18 times somebody has to watch a film advertisement or TV advertisement to recall a brand.
Right.
Even then, he will not take a decision to purchase the product. So it's a very tough task.
Right.
So that's why I mentioned, as I mentioned, we had a lot of other opportunities, organizing the award nights, and then we went to rural markets with our products.
You did a parallel marketing using
Parallel,
your
different routes we tried.
Quasi
So,
type of,
that helped us actually.
Right, understand. So Satya, I would like to pick up your expertise from your past. Who demands for the celebrity endorsement? Is it the client, the brand owners, the creative agencies, or who really demands for a celebrity endorsement?
I don't know, somebody from any of these stakeholders have made up their mind and everybody else sings along, I guess, right?
Is that?
It might be the MD of a company, MD's son who went to Harvard University and came back, saw some ads in London, right? Or it might be the ad agency who has done a lot of celebrity advertising, who believes in
Right.
celebrities. It's one of them who starts the music and the orchestra plays along, I guess.
Is that?
Yeah.
Anyone from the advertising agency would like to answer for this? I'm sorry, Choka, I can pull you.
So I just want to
So
reiterate.
who demands for a celebrity endorsement? Is that?
I just want to reiterate, whoever is starting the music, do some research, discern, see whether it fits you, doesn't fit you, then take a call, then others will again play the music with you. If you have
Right,
data backed, I'm selling my company, offering to you, so if you have data backed, we measure everything, including celebrity endorsements, so welcome to our world. Technology is helping us, it's not us. I've been part of that Maya world for 30 years. Now I'm preaching, right?
Right.
So technology is helping, data is available. She talked about digital data. It's possible to take a considered decision on everything in advertising, including endorsements.
Let's look at another view from the advertising background. Choka, I'd just like to understand, when there is a brief comes in from the client and you derive it in a concept and ideation, so where the concept of celebrity endorsement comes in? Who induces it for it?
See, it's, the answer, as he said, it depends on different people. Like, okay, one of our clients actually, the grandson of the MD, actually wanted a celebrity, a particular celebrity. I'm not naming him, but wanted. So we worked with that. But having said that, it actually the brand drives it. If the brand needs a celebrity, we should.
Right.
In a lot of cases, national brands, when they come to South, they feel the immediate connect will be, let's use a celebrity. But we try and advise them, instead of going for a celebrity, think of an idea, invest in an idea that connects with the local audience here, with Tamil Nadu. Then we can choose a celebrity. And also, a lot of people think celebrity means, okay, we should go with a Dhoni or a Sivakarthikeyan or Vijay or this thing. But there are multiple other options that we could go with. But people are not ready to, look at that, this thing. I think the idea is the hero. If you treat the idea as the hero, then you can
So there's
choose
a point
celebrity.
I just want to add
Please, it's
here.
open. It's open now. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
I just want to add a point here. I think it's about need or want of a celebrity. After that, the discussion is to justify either the need or the want, eventually, right? And no one really truly goes into data and the purpose of that.
Right.
Well, what Satya is saying is mostly true. One example is back in 2008 or 9, when the agency recommended Yamaha, Yamaha motorcycle was looking for a brand ambassador, and there were two names recommended. One was a rustic young man who was making 2007-8. Making waves. I will at least not disclose the amount. And the other one was John Abraham. Somewhere the top, the senior leaders of Yamaha were sold on John Abraham. It was a good fit. It was a very good fit. But they failed to see that there's also an opportunity in upcountry India. The young man was none other than Dhoni. and their loss was someone else's gain. So
Right.
it goes on to say where the idea comes from and how the fit happens.
Thank you. It's wonderful insights what we shared here, but it's not good enough actually. We are post-pandemic and a whole lot of U-turns are happening and twists and tails are happening out here. So let's keep continuing and let's keep do research on whether this is really relevant, and obviously the points to be taken is that if really it fits in, then we use it and try to get into the right characterization of the product and the celebrity endorsement. Thank you very much. Thanks for this evening. Thanks a lot. Thank you,
Give it up,
gentlemen.
ladies and gentlemen. A nice big round of applause. What a fabulous panel.